This Week in Gaming! Welcome in, everybody. It's December 8th, 2025. We're a little bit late with this one. We're also, speaking of being late, I still haven't uploaded last week's VOD onto YouTube. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. Welcome, YouTube fuckers. Maybe not, since I'm apparently not posting on YouTube anymore. But it was my birthday yesterday. It's December 8th. December 7th is the year I was born, or the day I was born. And I got this sweet tattoo. Look at this. I got a film reel going all the way down my arm. It's gonna be pretty sick. We're going to here, let's change the we're going to be putting movies into each one of these little reels. It's gonna be sick. I love Skittles' little dance going on. Look at that. What is Bee's Knees Dumpy? I like all the booty shaking. That's hilarious. Alright, let's go into our wins and fails for the week. So we have Crucial Computing, Familiar Face, Duty, Fixed Files, and Total Takeover. Let's go into our first fail of the week. And that's Crucial has been shuttered. Micron has announced that they will close consumer RAM company Crucial in February 2026. This is so that they can focus on commercial customers in the AI industry. With RAM prices soaring, this will only exacerbate the problem by closing a top supplier. In 2026, kits may reach thousands of dollars. This is a serious problem. We talked about last week, actually, how bad RAM has gotten. Well, it's about to get even worse, let me tell you. I like how my mic is just floating. Look at this. Woo! Yeah, no, this is absolutely catastrophic. I don't know what is in store for the future of computing, but it's going to be very, very expensive to build a computer going forward. And then obviously the AI bubble is going to burst. It's going to come crashing down. It's going to go bankrupt. Microsoft might go bankrupt. Meta might go bankrupt. Nvidia, I don't think will go bankrupt, but their stock will plummet to like nothing pretty soon. And finally then, consumer products like RAM, like graphics cards, are probably going to also plummet in price. But I mean, this financial market's going to suffer, so we'll see. I mean, Nvidia's literally holding up the entire stock market right now. It's so bonkers. We've gotten to like a certain level, like a fever pitch of just insanity in this market. Like AI, let's be real. Let's be real for a second. AI doesn't create anything. It doesn't add anything. It's not a very good tool. All it does is take away jobs. So there's no financial development happening here. It's just they're not going to make their return on an investment for all of these expensive computer parts that they're buying. So much so that all the RAM producers are apparently catering to the AI industry. This is such a disaster, dude. This is so... what is there to say that hasn't been said, that I haven't said already, but I'm just yapping at this point. I think that this is about to get so much worse. And I wish I had good news. I mean, this fail is a really big fail today. I wish I had better news for people, because I know that everybody here likes building computers, likes using computers, likes playing games. And it sucks to like not be a priority, right? Because it's very clear that they don't care about consumers. It's all about getting as much money. And I get like they're a company, they need to make money, but it's all about how you can throw away the consumer that built your brand and turn it into dollars from these big corporations. And I find it to be a bit sick, to be honest. What is this? Ooh, I can shift my hue. I'm trying to get the saturation down a little bit. I look so pink. All right, this isn't gonna work. Okay. Yeah, the green screen's kind of falling apart. So I don't have a whole lot of light in my room right now. So it's not really helping. It's kind of making the problem worse. I think we'll have to run with it. Let's do like 1.5 saturation. That should be fine. Alright, let's go on to our win. Baldur's Gate dev joins The Witcher 4 team. Senior cinematic artist Felix Pedula from Laren has joined the team working on The Witcher 4. CD Projekt Red is one of the last studios that is still hiring people, and they seem to be obtaining great talent. The Witcher has always been known for their cinematics, and this game will likely expand on that expectation even further. I love the cinematics in The Witcher. I'll be honest, I think The Witcher 3 is one of the only games where I like watched every cutscene. Like it was always, there's so much like they do really good facial animations. There's so much like emotion in every single cinematic, and I really like that about it. And I can't wait to see what they have in store for The Witcher 4. Like if it's on the same level of quality but with like, you know, improved technology, I can't imagine what they'll come up with. I think it'll be great, and it looks like they're hiring serious people. Like we all know Baldur's Gate also is a very great cinematic game. It has amazing cutscenes. I mean, 90% of the game is cutscenes. So the fact that they got a senior cinematic artist from that team to work on their game, like I can't imagine how like successful that will be, because that sounds like a really good choice. Moving on, we have a fail from Call of Duty. Call of Duty has not been doing well. It's sort of bombing, if you haven't heard. Analysts believe that the latest Call of Duty was a failure, and Xbox is to blame. While other games like Battlefield and Arc Raiders are innovating, Call of Duty is remaining stagnant while making poor creative choices, like their Fortnite skin debacle, pretty much. Then, as if to intentionally sabotage the series, the Xbox Game Pass takes what little sales they would have made. Call of Duty is a fail in itself. It really is. I mean, it's at an all-time low in terms of like player engagement and goodwill within their community, and it's an all-time high of like not capitalizing on their sales. They're just giving the game away for free on Game Pass. Like, obviously this is not a feasible market strategy. This is ridiculous. You know, at the end of the day, a company still needs to make money, unfortunately. And you know, when you give away your product for free, you don't really make money. So it's kind of Xbox's fault, but it's also Call of Duty for just not innovating. And you know, this just kind of continues the trend. Have you noticed that every single Call of Duty, or not every single game that Xbox, or not even game, just every studio that Xbox purchases seems to suck like immediately afterwards? They bought Bethesda, they got Starfield, they bought Activision, they got Call of Duty Black Ops 6, they bought what else did they buy that sucked recently? They bought Obsidian, and then they got the Outer Worlds 2, and the other shitty game that they made, Avowed. You know, like it's just like, what are you guys doing that like immediately sucks the fun out of everything? Like, what? How? And then here you have the Steam charts. This is Call of Duty, and you can see they peaked 3.1 years ago. I mean, they have 50,000 people playing, but this is not like, this is what a game looks like. This is what Battlefield 6 will look like, you know, a year or two into the release. This should not be like what you look like a month after your game came out. Like, this is not good. They're not retaining any players. There was hardly even a peak when Black Ops 6 even came out. Obviously Call of Duty is a huge name. It makes so much money and it has so many fans. So it's not, I don't think it's dead per se, but this newest Call of Duty is probably, if I had to guess, their least successful one of all time. I don't really blame people for not wanting to play it. It looks stupid. I've just seen people clowning on it. That's all I've even seen from the game. All right, moving on to a win. Helldivers 2 file size was fixed. So Arrowhead has finally fixed the Helldivers 2 file size problem with help from Nixxes Software, another subsidiary of PlayStation. So they were able to reduce the size from 150 gigabytes to 23. This is crazy. They had to bring somebody else in to fix their game. Here's an update on Steam. In their blog post on Steam, they said, we have followed through on our plans and made small reductions in the PC installation size over the last few patches, while still adding new content. While this was a good start, our short-term fixes have not been enough to keep up with all the new content in the latest patch. The long-term goal was has always been to bring the PC installation size much closer in line with the console versions. We are happy to report that thanks to our partners at Nixxes, we have reached that goal much sooner than expected by completely deduplicating our data. No fucking shit! Yes, the data duplication was stupid! We were able to reduce the PC installation size from 154 gigabytes to 23 for a total saving of 131 gigabytes, about 85%. Do you understand that 85% of this installation size was complete garbage? This is criminal levels of inefficiency. This is terrible. This should not be happening. Could you imagine if Infinium came out and it was 100 gigabytes and it was just 100 gigabytes of nothing? Just there's nothing even on the game. Like it's like 2 gigabytes worth of game and 98 gigabytes of just nothing. That's insane. We have completed several rounds of internal quality assurance and are ready to roll this out as to early adopters as a public technical beta. So you can get the beta now. It'll probably just be a separate download. Our testing shows that for the small percentage of players still using mechanical hard disk drive, who cares? Honestly, genuinely, who cares about the hard disk drive users? Mission loading times have only increased by a few seconds in the worst cases. This is live. So it even works for the hard disk drive people in the dude. So we didn't need to do this to begin with. So annoying. So stupid. But hey, at least it's fixed now. It should have never been broken, but hey. Hey, you know how it is. Moving on. We have a fail from Saudi Arabia acquiring EA. After the $55 billion buyout of EA, Saudi Arabia will own 93.4% of the company. Despite other investors being involved in the buyout, the Saudi Public Interest Fund is putting up the most cash and will retain the majority of the company. This is concerning as the country is known for strong censorship and may inhibit the creativity of the company. This is kind of a mixed bag. Like, obviously, I think, so my issue is when a government buys a company. I don't really like the idea of a government buying anything. Like, even, like, I really didn't like when the US put a stake into Intel. I thought that was really stupid. And things like that. Yeah, let's try to straighten this out a little bit. Maybe this will fix it. Seeing a little bit of a, yeah. It just concerns me, especially when a country like Saudi Arabia gets involved. It's like, how much are they going to change? I hope they change nothing, but it's when you own 93.4% of a company, you're going to start, you know, strong arming them. Like, of course you will. Like, who's going to spend that much money? They're spending $55 billion on this. Like, of course they're going to exhibit some kind of control over it. And that control might be like, oh, this newest Call of Duty is going to this newest Battlefield is going to take place in the Middle East. We'll make the Middle Easterners the good guys. maybe. I mean, we don't have to get into that, but that could be a bit crazy. Anyways, moving on. Here's our main story for today. Netflix buys Warner Bros. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure everybody's aware of it. This is a big deal. And this is also affecting the gaming industry because Warner Brothers has a massive gaming division. Netflix has announced to buy Warner Discovery in a massive $82.7 billion acquisition. Netflix says they will continue theatrical releases once they own Warner. However, this would be a massive hit to the movie industry. I mean, when you think about it, even if they still continue to release movies in theaters, what's the point of going and seeing a movie if the week after it's out of theaters, it's immediately going onto onto streaming? And I think they said that they would only have limited releases on theatrically, so it'll be like 1 or 2 weeks in theaters and immediately go to Netflix. So don't like that. Because I like movies. I don't know if you guys know this, but I see movies frequently. I might see a movie tomorrow, honestly. So Paramount, though, and Comcast both have their interests in the company as well. It's not just Netflix. There's a bidding war going on. This is just the biggest bid so far. Moving on, Netflix now owns the Nemesis system. Should they acquire Warner Brothers, this would also give them their gaming division. Warner famously has patented the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor, which is a system where you can essentially get into a fight with a guy, beat him or lose to him, and it will change the dynamic of your relationship with that character. They might survive and come back to you like, here's an image where he says, "See this pretty scar? This was your doing." So like he's got like a scar now because you beat him once. Or like this guy's like, "Oh, you died again. Whatever will I do with you now?" Like he'll become more powerful now because he beat you. It's a really cool system, and it's only existed in 2 games, and Warner Brothers have never done anything with it since, and nobody else is allowed to do anything because they have a patent. Fans have quickly drafted a change.org petition, though, to have Netflix release the patent and allow all developers to use the system. I don't think Netflix would do this. I really don't. Like, there's no point in releasing something that you have control over, especially if you buy it for $82 billion. But I mean, you can try. I mean, change.org, I don't know if change.org has ever changed anything, to be honest. Moving on, Paramount also outbids Netflix. So I mentioned real quick that Paramount or I mentioned that Netflix had the biggest bid, but it turns out as of today, Paramount actually has the biggest bid. In response, Paramount has submitted their own bid to beat out Netflix with an offer of a whopping $108.4 billion. It is unclear which company, if either, will own Warner when the dust settles. Oh my, bidding wars really make me salty. Ooh woo. Welcome in, yeah. It is unclear which company, if either, will own Warner when the dust settles, as there may be regulatory pushback from the Trump administration due to monopoly concerns. So there's a lot of politics involved in this as well. It's not just about the money. Paramount specifically has been trying to cozy up to the Trump administration for this exact purpose. However, South Park might have actually kind of killed this deal for them because Donald Trump is so mad about Paramount's South Park show that's been just roasting him to just a like almost a cringy degree. It's there's so much going on, and it's really goofy. It would be really funny if this deal fell through simply because of a South Park episode. But it might. It really might. This current administration is literally that petty. Like, Donald Trump is, if nothing else, a very petty person. And he will remember small slights like that. Here we have an image of what Netflix wants to buy and what Paramount wants to buy. And this comes from BBC, the source that I used here. Warner Brothers, Netflix wants to buy Warner Brothers Pictures, Television and Games, DC Studios, HBO and HBO Max, TNT Sports International, and New Line Cinema, whereas Paramount wants the whole cake. They want Discovery, CNN, Eurosport, TNT, and TNT Sports US, and 18 other channels, including these other things that are up here. So there's a lot that Netflix doesn't even want. I don't even think Netflix wants like Cartoon Network or Adult Swim. It doesn't seem like. I think they would have the IPs, but I'm not sure if they would have the television channels. Interesting. Wait, do they? So Netflix doesn't even want. They don't want Adult Swim or Cartoon Network or like the Food Network, or I guess maybe I'm not sure exactly how the structure of the company works. Maybe they could get the IPs from these things, but like not have the channels. They don't seem interested in any of the channels, which is what I'm noticing in the differences here. Netflix is specifically interested in like HBO Max or like like the studios. They don't seem to really want like the individual channels like Discovery, TLC, TNT, CNN, or CNN, Cartoon Network, but yeah, CNN as well. HGTV, like all the TV stuff. They're like, yeah, you can keep that. But that does beg the question: do they still get the IP? My understanding is that Netflix, if their deal went through, they would get all of these things, and then the these other channels will be wrapped up into a separate company and sold off, or like just become their own thing. I could go for an Adult Swim. yeah, you could. It would. Yeah, let's. So since Netflix doesn't want Adult Swim, how about we all collectively in the chat here, we just kind of, get a couple dollars together and we just buy Adult Swim ourselves. We'll run it. But yeah, that's where we are currently. We will see. I'm not sure who is going to end up with Warner Brothers, if anybody, like, because both companies might get blocked. Donald Trump has already said that it's a problem that Netflix wants to buy, or he said that it could be a problem that Netflix wants to buy Warner Brothers. And Donald Trump also has a personal vendetta against Paramount. So I'm not sure if either of them will be able to get this. I think realistically, they're going to have to give Donald Trump and his like sons or whatever a lot of money to do this. Like they're just gonna have to blatantly like bribe him, which is really cool that this is the modern politics that we live in. But that's life. Moving on, that's all we have for the Netflix, Warner Brothers, Paramount bidding war. We have the Horizon ripoff being paused. Tencent has agreed to cease testing and promotion of their game Light of Mataram in the midst of their lawsuit with Sony over allegations of plagiarism. Again, this game was initially pitched to Sony as a mobile version of their Horizon series, yet after rejecting the submission, Tencent appears to have simply kept going with the project and making it their own. There is a strong case here that they are blatantly copying Sony's IPs. I don't even think that this is a frivolous lawsuit. They're trying to say that Sony's trying to take an entire genre and make nobody else able to make something similar, but that's not even what this is. Like, it's so clearly, like, I actually thought it was Horizon Zero Dawn when I saw it. It's clear that they're trying to just steal from Sony. And it would be less clear if they hadn't initially pitched this exact game to Sony as a Horizon series. Like, could you imagine if I pitched a spin-off show about SpongeBob to Nickelodeon? I'm like, yeah, this is Sponge Jack, right? This is Sponge Jack. He's actually SpongeBob's brother, and it's going to be an entire show about what he's up to. And he's got a neighbor who lives in a giant underwater vase, who's an octopus, and there's a sea urchin that lives under a rock next to him, and I pitched that to them, and they don't like it, and they say no. So I go, okay, and I take what I have and I just draw it a little bit differently, and I'm like, all right, now this is Colby Jack, and he lives next to an octopus and a sea urchin, and they get up to all sorts of silly adventures in Bikini Top. You know, like, obviously I'm getting sued. And it's especially obvious because I've already attempted to sell us as a SpongeBob series. Oh, Kezi also sent us something, so we'll take a look at that. Small man. Moving on, we have the Fallout creator is back. The lead for the original Fallout games and co-creator of The Outer Worlds, Tim Kaine, has rejoined Obsidian. He announced that he is working full-time and on a new game that no one will be able to guess. So it's unlikely he's working on another Fallout New Vegas, and we will have to wait to see what it could be. This is really cool because if you don't know, Obsidian is the original, like it's the company that came off of the original Fallout company. I can't remember the original company that made Fallout, but it actually shut down, and all the devs that lost their jobs from that studio closing went and made Obsidian. And then Obsidian was invited by Bethesda after purchasing Fallout from the original company that went bankrupt. They invited Obsidian to make Fallout New Vegas, which Fallout New Vegas used the exact plot for what was supposed to be Fallout 3. So they made Fallout 1 and 2, and they had written Fallout 3 and were developing Fallout 3 when their studio closed. Then Bethesda bought them, bought the IP, not them. Made their own Fallout 3 in DC, which is where Bethesda is located at, and added their own like branch of lore. Because the game always took place, the Fallout games always took place like on the West Coast. And then after the success of Fallout 3, they gave all the assets over to Obsidian and said, hey, make us a game in like 16 months. And we'll give you money. And they did. And then what they did is they just took the original idea they had for Fallout 3 and made that into Fallout New Vegas. And it became like one of the greatest games ever. It's still probably my favorite Fallout game by far. So it's cool that this guy is back at Obsidian, which is like the spiritual like successor to the studio that made Fallout. And I guess he's working on something new. So I would like to see him work on another Fallout game, but you know, maybe I think he's probably beyond that. I would like to see what else he's got in store. He also made The Outer Worlds, which I thought the first Outer Worlds was pretty good, but it was a little bit short. I would like to see what he could do with more resources. Moving on, I think that's all we have. We're down to our community time, and that's where I open up the floor to the chat. If anybody has any questions or suggestions, I do have something from Kezi. Kezi wanted me to take a look at this trailer. Oh, we opened up Minecraft. Hang on. Let's go into full screen real quick. And I'm going to pause the music. All right, so this is called The Godslayer. And he says that this is a like adult version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Although it's rated T, so it can't be that adult, right? Why is the quality so low? Why is it 480p?
The hideout is on fire. Celestials. Master, they must be after the researcher.
Could be.
Is this in-game or is this a pre-rendered cinematic?
I'll deal with the Celestials. You go on ahead and find out what's going on. Go.
This must not be in English originally, because the lip sync is not matching the English vocals.
Easy
Oh,
for you
it
to
all
say.
was, yeah, this was definitely all
How do I get
in-game.
past all the soldiers?
Those guys got
And he tells me not
launched.
to do anything rash.
Okay, that was kind of cool. An elemental is what he's called.
What? There you go.
Down! Stop right there! Where did he go? It's you!
That's pretty cool. Okay, so he can control multiple elements. It's not like Avatar where you get one. Unless maybe he's the Avatar. He lit the dog on fire! No!
Stop! There he is! Nowhere to run, don't move!
Okay, you got like finishers you can do. So like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Assassin's Creed, it kind of feels like that. I would say it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Ninja Gaiden, is what it looks like to me.
No! Put it out! Put it out!
The combat also kind of reminds me of, what's the? Well, look at that! It's the Triforce. It kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 16.
Cool off, you lot.
Or like maybe Spider-Man. It is a little bit like the Spider-Man combat. The water is interesting. Is that Fluid Sim?
Gonna be cold.
That's so cool. This seems like a tech demo though, I will be honest. This doesn't seem like a finished game by any means.
Here we are. Fodder, fools, humans. Which is next?
This voice actor's terrible. Why is it lagging? Hello? Hello? Did my internet go out? What the fuck? Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like it plays just before Avatar Legends of Korra. Yeah, it does. Is it because I have my... I think I'm being punished for using a, an ad blocker. YouTube intentionally slows down your internet if you do.
That must be Master.
That was almost like a Bollywood scene. Where did the rock go that he was just inside of? Uh-oh, there's some fire guys. I guess rock beats fire. That is really cool. That does look a lot like earthbending. That's crazy. I think this looks too Chinese for Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, I think so too. Is Avatar supposed to be Japanese? I felt like Avatar kind of had a Chinese vibe to it too, though. What on earth? Master,
Head for the
no!
signal.
He's gonna sacrifice himself. Avatar: The Last Airbender was made by an American studio with an art style similar to old animes. I know it was an American studio. I just figured it was based on Chinese. Oh, is it slowing down again? But should I just turn off my ad blocker? I don't know if it's gonna... Maybe we should refresh the page. It's quite upset with me using an ad blocker. Yeah, I'll just turn it off. All right. Give me 1440p. Crazy how it just works magically after you disable the ad blocker. It's almost like YouTube is throttling people's internet when they use an ad blocker. What's up, little man? I'm back. You missed the entire gaming news, by the way. Oh, shit. Ooh, slow-mo. Master, you're still alive! That's why you download the video you want to show. Well, I know I was gonna watch this video until, like, minutes before the gaming news. And Kezi sent it to me. Usually I do download a lot of these videos, though. The God Slayer. PS5. Oh, it was captured on PC. Did you see that? It said footage captured on PC. I wonder if it'll work. I wonder if it'll be available on PC. Footage captured on PC, not all images appear in game. It's cool. It's a cool game. It's definitely more of a tech demo. I don't see a whole lot of game there. I think that there's still a little bit that they should iron out, and I imagine it's gonna look very different. Because like everything there was scripted, everything was like very on the rails. It looks like something that you would show at like E3 or like the Game Awards. It didn't really look like something that you would play, you know what I mean? The more I watch this video, the more it looks like the plot from Avatar: The Legends of Korra Season 2. It kind of does, doesn't it? I liked The Legend of Korra. I know a lot of people hated that. I thought that was kind of cool, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, that's all we have for the gaming news, unless someone had something else they wanted to share. Kieran did post a meme on Discord. Wow. Why is it slowly downloading? What the fuck? Hello? Dude, why is it like... It's like printing it out. What the fuck? Anyways, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little guy. Who's that little guy? Who's that little guy? That's me. That's tiny me in Minecraft. Observe. Look how little I am! Yeah! Hip! Hip! Jump up each stair. Cute. Anyways, that's dial-up in the US goes crazy. I don't have dial-up. I did have an internet outage before stream, so I'm not sure how... But my stream is fine, but speed test. Let me just prove it. Oh shit. Yeah, no, my download's actually incredibly slow right now. What the fuck? It's usually like 250. My upload is almost faster than my download. That's insane. Fine, he said. No, it's not fine, clearly. The stream is doing fine because my upload is... I mean, it's not very good, but... It's not bad. It's not so terrible, but my download's incredibly slow. That's like Parsi speeds. It really is. I will have to call my internet provider. Be like, hey, why is my speed a fifth of what it usually is? I got a text this morning. Good morning, Anthony. It's Xfinity Assistant. We are aware that you may be experiencing a service interruption. We're working to resolve this issue by approximately 12:08, 8:45 a.m. Pacific. We apologize for any inconvenience and we'll text you when resolved. We were able to restore Xfinity service at approximately 8:30 a.m. Pacific. You should be up and running again. Thanks for your patience. So yeah, I'll have to let them know that it's not working. Looks like my normal connection. Anyways, that's it for gaming news. We're not playing Minecraft for the gaming news. And I will see you guys on YouTube. So say goodbye to YouTube. Yeah, Xfinity is an L for sure. So bye, YouTube. And that's all we got.